Welcome back. Round number 4 coming up into the second half of the Swiss now. I'm here. We got Jim back in the booth. Very exciting. And we've got another Mardu deck coming up. These are our 3-0 players. 2 of our 3-0 players. So we would expect the winner of this will be looking to get 2 handshakes, double ID into the top 8.
That's what they're hoping for.
That's what they're hoping for. They're hoping to go get lunch.
Best laid plans never really come to fruition, you know? Maybe they'll run into someone who doesn't want to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, this is the Plenty of Games first Highlander event for the first event of our Highlander series for the year. We've already announced the next 3 dates. We got March 7th, so just 2 weeks away.
Sick.
April 11th, May 16th. It's going to be 8 events this year, followed by the invitation at the end of the year. So each winner automatically qualifies, and we're going to take the 8 next players based on points. We'll have players here today getting points depending on where they finish. And that end of year event going to be at least a 3K prize pool.
Yeah, prizes have increased. And we're looking at, did you say 8 people in on points and 8 people in on wins?
That is correct. So
16 players.
Yep, 16 players, so slightly smaller than last time.
Yeah, tighter field.
Last year as well, I know Kira organised trophies for every player. All of our top 24 had trophies of varying sizes.
Yep.
Depending on where you finish. So, very cool event. Good to get down, play these games, and a couple routes in. If you can only weigh a couple, you can come try and spike an event.
Of course.
Or if you're a consistent player, come here, top 16s, top 8s, stack up those points, and hope to see you at the end of the year. Now, our players here, we've got the Lutri. They're playing in super speed.
Sick. How'd they do that?
That's incredible.
Preview from the next Marvel superhero set.
Yeah.
The players actually get some abilities.
And now they've frozen. No, we're still... Time warping going on there. No time warps in the feature match this round, though. JD, a well-known Walks player, but actually playing Mardu today. Which they've also got a fair bit of experience on.
I'm actually controlling the speed of the players here with my mind.
New powers. New powers in Jim. And then on the other side, Elliot, who is playing Blue Moon, I believe, and has a Lutri companion there. Well, friend. I'm not a friend.
Both of these decks, definitely known quantities in the metagame. Last round we saw Braden Woods playing Mardu. Had a Lurus there. I don't see a Lurus here for JD.
JD and a more sort of traditional Mardu build, playing low and really powerful 3 and 4 drops and fast Mardu. All the way down to things like City of Traders, Dark Ritual, that kind of thing.
Looking for all of the disruption you can find outside of blue. We're going to be attacking the hand. We're going to be attacking the lands. We're going to be attacking the battlefield.
Everything except the stack, basically.
And then we're going to back that up with fast blocks.
Yep, that's the Mardu way, really. Try and
Powerful haymakers.
some interaction on the first turn or 2, and then just start slamming the best 3 and 4 drops in the form.
Yeah. Well, both players look like they're on a mulligan to 6. I saw them both tucking a card there. They may be waiting for instruction to go or something like that.
Just pausing for a moment there. We will get them started in second. Didn't want you to miss anything, so we do like to hold our players for a moment, just make sure that we've got them up and they're not playing in super speed.
So, how did you enjoy the off-season? Sort of the time without major Highlander events?
The thing is, the off-season from us on coverage was full of many events.
Oh, yeah.
Between, big events, Boxing Day, a couple events here. We had a big back-to-back weekend with the
there was a
weekend.
teams event.
And then, of course, in Canberra at CanCon, made the trip up to that. I played a lot of Magic, got out of the booth, got to remind people of, I can still shuffle these cards.
I heard you won a trophy and a big purse of cash yourself.
I did win a trophy. I've got a very nice trophy now sitting on my mantelpiece at home. It was nice to come out, remind everyone I can still play this game, and now I'm going back in the booth. Back to retirement, That's right. It does feel like they sort of wheeled me out. And now I'm back behind glass again.
Well, we have turn 1 land to go from JD here, and a pathway. No, it's Sinking to
one of the Bolt lands. Yeah, I believe that is Sinking Stupor.
Soporific Springs.
Indeed.
Into a Bauble and a Preordain.
The Bauble going to reveal Philia. Nice 2-drop there from JD. The dog looks so unassuming. Then it starts blinking Overlords or Quantum Breeders.
Yeah, look, this card demands respect. It reads as pretty unassuming. It's like, this card's okay, it's pretty good. And then you play against it and you're like, oh, wow, this is actually defining the game right now.
Yes.
I am buried in cards.
And also so flexible. Can flicker out your opponent's things as well, get rid of a blocker, remove a troubling permanent for a little bit. And sometimes in Highlander, all you need is a small window. You don't actually need to get rid of something permanently if a little bit of time is enough.
You know what other card I had the same experience with where I read it and I was like, this is alright, I guess. And then played against it and it was absurd. Umezawa's Jite. Yeah, my card evaluation skills are...
That's... That was a defining card for quite a while. Now, I believe that is Mother of Runes.
Sure. JD keeping us on our toes here.
One of the many, many printings of Mother of Runes. That might be one of the International Women's Day ones, maybe?
Sick.
That's what I'm guessing. But we'll find out.
A ponder here from Elliot. Before the second land, didn't have to play around days.
Did play Preordained on the first turn. Didn't quite see where those went. Yeah, it's this freaky looking Mother of Runes. Here we go.
Sick. Cool one. So we don't know whether there is a land. So perhaps just faking it out.
That's is
Basic mountain.
yes, I think so.
It's textless, and it was untapped and tapped for red.
I think that is Basic Mountain, yeah.
We might not have a third land here still. You know,
Possibly. I mean, Basic Mountain, not the land you're rushing to play on.
Basic Mountain, Soporific Springs. Yeah.
Yeah, the turn on Soporific Springs sure does hint at no second lane.
All right. Well, I lied. There's a Bloodstained Maya and also a Mystic Sanctuary.
And that'll be lose focus, so countering the dog. This is what Elliot wants. Keep the board clear.
Yep.
Blue Moon is, at its core, a control deck. It wants to play long games. It wants to cast its blue card advantage spells. So, clear board is a good board. This is a problematic one, though.
It's also very important to note that that Felia was going to be protected by Caracas for the rest of its life.
Yes.
So, as powerful as Felia is, this was one step above. You're right, though. The One Ring, powerful permanent. It's been cast, and JD's put it in the graveyard, so maybe players discussing a counterspell being used here.
Yep, some sort of counterspell, either 3 or 1 mana. Spell Pierce, perhaps. Spell Piercing, a 4-drop.
Juicy.
Oh,
I hate
boy.
it.
It is
There
Spell
it
Pierce.
is.
There you go. That's a really nice turn from Elliot as well. So we got to...
Yeah.
Because that is the dream play pattern against control decks. So you'd love to have a threat on their end step with flash, untap, play another threat.
Yeah.
And Elliot didn't even stop it. Didn't blink, just said, yep, I got 2 counterspells for those, and I can play them both.
Historically, it was Vendilion Click into Jace, Felia into the One Ring. That's just as good.
Jim, I have to say, you are really showing your age with Vendilion Click into Jace.
Oh, yeah.
It's a main deck blast.
Let me check the tapes
That's
here.
interesting.
I'm checking the tapes. We do have 2 main deck Red Blast and Pyroblast.
Wow. Really metagaming for the blue metagame.
Boy, yeah, not so hot against
Mardu?
JD here on Mardu. You might nab a
But-
mental misstep.
Luckily, we got to see it off an expressive iteration. You get to put one of those on the bottom. So, straight to the bottom of that one.
Yeah,
Found the
card
4th land.
selection.
Found another land, and importantly, a second island. Mystic Sanctuary really awkward when your first 2 lands are Soporific Springs and then
Very
Basic
true,
Mountain.
yeah.
He goes to Veil, put a bauble in the bin, looks like.
So, JD actually did get some information this turn. Volcanic Island is on the reserve list, and that
It is.
means that JD can expect 7 points, not 8.
Yeah, Blue Moon, one of the decks that commonly plays 8 points, eschews the Volcanic Island to get an extra pointed card in the deck. Ooh, a Starfield Shepherd.
Okay. Just going for the warp mode here, the slow and steady approach.
Of course. If you warp it, you get to cast it again later. It's like drawing a card.
And we're still getting a 2-for-1 out of this. As it stands, we're getting a Force of Will.
Wow. That's really showing the respect
Yeah.
to Starfield Shepherd. Drawing a Force of Will.
Exiling 1 Shiton. Okay. So Elliot down to 2 cards here, one of them being Mystic Sanctuary, and JD down to none cards here, with an Emperor of Bones on the stack.
Yep.
Okay, so looking to trip the graveyard a little bit here. On the next turn, perhaps, could hoover up the Starfield Shepherd and sneak that in for 1 turn.
That's a pretty nice one. You can also hoover in Philia, attack, blink out your Emperor of Bones, and reset it. So that you get to exile
okay.
something else next turn.
Yeah, and JD actually going for exiling Starfield Shepherd now.
Yep, puts the Shepherd in now. Snapcaster Mage is a nice one. Flashback a Lightning Bolt. This is what Elliot wants. Deal with every threat up the curve, still have a couple of cards in hand, have a Snapcaster Mage in play.
You're right, actually, talking about that Emperor of Bones on the Felia. That would even also sort of rebuy the Felia for this
Because
Caracas.
then you can Caracas it, so it doesn't get sacrificed. Yeah.
Speaking of Caracas protecting permanents, my Scornful Striker.
This is a new one. This is a really... Another targeted sort of metagame card, I would say.
Yeah, this is the main deck Red Blast from from JD's side.
This is the equivalent. And this is one of the matchups where it really shines.
Life totals here 13 versus 19.
And 2 damage every spell, quite a lot.
It certainly adds up. This Blue Moon deck, not much in the way of creatures, a lot in the way of non-creature cards.
And it's first strike as well. So you're going to come across, not worried about that Snapcaster Mage. As you say, the Caracas protects the buy really well.
Yeah.
It'd be very difficult to get that out of play.
Can I keep showing my age? This is like Kumbal, Console of Allocation.
Well, that's a pretty recent one. That one's from Kaladesh.
It's 2018 or something like that. That's 8 years ago.
Well, that's age to me. That's a recent set to me.
Yeah. We got a fetch land here, getting a basic island. Mystic Sanctuary online. It's unfortunate that it's stuck in hand here.
Yes, that is a nice island as well.
Would kind of be looking for a brainstorm to put that Mystic Sanctuary back, but no, we're just going to play it now.
Looks like another fetch land in hand as well.
JD asking whether Elliot had already played a land. Looks like
I believe the
Elliot
Flooded
had.
Stream was last turn.
Yeah.
Yep. And infantry with the Snapcaster Mage, because we're not blocking with it, so might as well start racing. So put the Expressive Iteration on top. Is that a Pyrokinesis in hand?
Checking the tapes.
Oh boy.
There's a main deck Pyrokinesis, ladies and gentlemen. 3 cards in the main deck start with Pyro. Blast, Kinesis, and Voice. 1 card starts with red.
Okay, so Mai comes in for 2 more. Down to 10 now. So Elliot, you get 5 more spells.
This is confusing. The main deck Pyroblasts are certainly a concession to the amount
boy.
of blue in the metagame. And then a main deck Lutriing the Expressive Iteration.
I
That's a
like
lot of
this.
cards.
That is a lot of cards to draw.
The Pyrokinesis is on the other end of the spectrum where you're hedging against the non-blue decks.
Well, the key is you just have to draw them against the right people, don't you?
You expressively iterate 3 times in a game.
Also, pretty nice.
And that card's going to be back in the graveyard, so it could come back.
And we could do it again.
Yeah.
Snapcaster Mage in play. We might do something again.
We've had 3 expressive iterations, yes,
So we
but
got-
what about 4th?
We got an island, is that right? Exiled, and then that's a Stern Scalding. Probably not playing that one next turn.
Not this turn.
Or ever after.
I mean, you never know. Maru deck has 5 mana on decks.
Yeah, probably not that many flash creatures though. Now look at this Pyrokinesis.
It could hit a Solitude.
I will say Pyrokinesis is pretty nice with the Odd. Because you can always guarantee having a red card in hand.
Yeah.
Pay 3 mana. Is that a Momo? In
Uh,
JD's hand, I think I saw.
Alpha, perhaps?
Upper would also be sweet. Kira and I have started counting the number of standard legal cards in these decks. Maya is a standard legal card.
Yep. Violent. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah.
Spell Pierce.
Yeah. Surveil lands are all legal.
The pathway, or are they gone?
No more pathways, no.
Too powerful for standard. No pathways. That's a modern power level card.
Starfield Shepherd.
Yeah, that
Standard
must
legal.
be. Surely we'll see a Quantum Riddler at some point.
And so the first strike. Okay, so first strike damage, we're going to deal with the loot tree. I love first strike damage. And then we're going to attempt to Caracas it back. And that's going to resolve.
That's a pretty good exchange for JD. Got to be happy with that.
But now do you replay the Mai? Or do you wait till next turn?
It depends if I have something else I want to push.
You know what else is really good with Caracas?
Geez, there's a lot of things, but you're going to tell me one.
Yeah, it is a long list. Johnny.
Ajani and the Cattle Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really nice legend to repeatedly bounce and replay.
Yeah, it really puts your opponent in a bind. I'd be hesitant to play it here with the Caracas tapped, just because of the power level of playing it with an untapped Caracas. But JD knows better than me.
Also feels like JD might have missed a Mai trigger off the expressive iteration. I believe Elliot was already at 10. Took 2 from combat damage down to 10. So we'll double check whether the players have announced that and just not updated the life total we can see, or possibly it may have been missed. Might have been a mystery. Always possible. A lot to keep track of in these games. So hard to blame the players when they
Yeah.
forget what their cards do. There's a lot of words on it.
You know what grinds my gears, though?
What's that?
There's a 2-1 cat token, 2 feet to JD's left.
We did see that last round with Braden. We saw him using his own hand-drawn cat token, and it got swapped twice, eventually becoming
That's right.
an official Watsy token.
That's right. I found a permanent one, Braden's one that was a little bit erased.
What do you think this card is? That it looks like a white card. 2-drop white card with flash.
I'm going to take a wild guess here, not looking at the deck list, and say maybe it's a Reese the Evermore.
I mean, you sounded confident, so
It is.
Reese the Evermore. Bring that one up for you. It gives the creature persist, which is pretty good in the face of a pyrokinesis.
In the face of all of the infinite removal spells on this.
And you know what? It's another legend. It doesn't seem like
I think
we didn't.
the response was a galvanic discharge on the Ajani.
Ah, yes, okay, so we responded to that. Still, though, 2 removal spells spent to get rid of the Ajani permanently. Now, once again, there are 2 legendary creatures in play that are both very annoying.
It wasn't just 2 removal spells, that was 7 mana.
Yeah,
That was a full retail pyrokinesis, not purchased on
I
sale.
believe Elliot is now down to 1 card in hand as well. So, this
Well,
is...
we already weren't playing around Force of Will or pyrokinesis anymore. But it has turned off Force of Negation, Subtlety perhaps.
It's just a very
Fury.
impressive showing from the Mardu deck. The ability to fight for... Okay, I lied, there were 2 cards in hand. I was wrong. There's at least 2 lands.
Yep. And none of them are Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah, no Mystic Sanctuaries and no Surveil land left. Is that a Flame of Anor?
That's a pretty good card. There's a wizard in play,
There is a wizard in play.
so we'd be getting 2 options.
The deal 5 is going to be...
Herb Lamb.
Yep, so we're going to target the Mai. And JD, once again, looks like has missed that trigger, I would say. Certainly... Oh, no, okay, we got there.
Yep.
Yeah, we got there this time.
I would accept that.
Okay, so did miss the last one, it looks like. But down to 8 now for Elliot.
Looking to bounce the Snapcaster.
I don't believe that's a mode.
The Caracas was.
Oh, yeah, so the Caracas bounced the Mai to keep it alive.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
But Elliot
You got it
will
right.
also draw 2 cards.
Draw 2 cards.
Nice
Just checking here, it does say target player draws 2 cards.
It does, that's important. Quantum Riddler.
Standard legal.
Yeah,
Ring the bell. Increase the counter.
More standard cards. More standard cards. And we're not even going to warp here, we're just hard casting. Put the 4/6 in play.
Yeah.
That'll block your 2/2 first striker.
Yeah, that's right. That is the problem with these Mardu decks, right? They're playing all the most efficient threats, but that means that they're all teeny weeny, little bit anemic.
Yeah, can struggle with just a large blocker.
However,
To be fair, these blue-red decks don't have that many large blockers.
ooh, an attack with the Reese the Evermore here.
That's fun.
Okay.
Now, if you're in Elliot's seat, what's going through your head? What are we thinking about?
Dismember.
Dismember, yeah.
Dismember would be so juicy.
That is the
Make
one
that
that
a 0-1.
No. Voice of Victory. That's a really nice one. Just make sure. Just be certain. And Pyroglyph.
Ah, okay.
So we got
So that's got to be a
instant,
big one.
creature, land, artifact from the One Ring.
Yeah, there was a bauble as well. On
I
turn
think
one.
there's a sorcery. So I think we're 5 times.
The four regular ones and the
And artifact.
I believe that.
Which explains the attack with Reese.
It's a planeswalker, but it's upside down, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, that one not actually a planeswalker in the graveyard, yeah. This has been a very back and forth game.
There's Voice of Victory here. Untapping with it, you got to feel happy with that.
You do. Voice of Victory, much like Teferi Time Raveler, one of those cards that just a pretty good card on rate, and then sometimes you put it in play against your control opponent, and it flips the whole game on its head.
Yeah.
Shortcutting here, the Voice of Victory making a couple 1/1s. They're going to go away at the end of turn.
Mai here really closing the door on what potential outs there are. And an Overlord. It's going to mill, it's going to rebuy. My assumption is Ajani, but it could actually be Felia here. Go for the just in cases.
Yeah, give you a haste thing to put in play at the end of turn.
I think Fury may be the only out here for our Blue Moon player.
Curse Fury, jump block the... Maybe just trade with the Pyrogoyf? Yeah, that could be it.
Fury and a Bolt, perhaps.
Yep. Yeah, that's a forced negation. I won't do it. We will head to game number 2. Really impressive from the Mardu deck there. That was a really long, grindy game.
Yeah.
But just creatures getting chip shots in, bits of interaction.
A lot of nickel and dime.
A lot of nickel and dime, that Caracas really looming large across the whole game.
Elliot putting his land back in its sleeve there. Definitely one of the problems with double-faced cards is that there's a little bit of rigmarole, dexterity. You've got to make sure you remember these things.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially with double sleeve cards,
Yep.
sometimes getting the card back in a little bit painful.
Well, let's look at some sideboards here. JD victorious in game 1, so we'll look at the Blue Moon player. First thing I'm doing in the sideboard is I'm taking out Red Elemental Blast and Pyroblast.
Yeah, some easy ones to come out. That's the Pyrokinesis I like, but some easy ones to take out. What's coming in?
Look, we saw a glimpse there. We can see it on the screen from Elliot. Blue Blasts, slam dunk here.
Yes.
If you've got any extra removal spells, especially ones that can linger, I'm thinking Grim Lavamancer, again showing my age here, a staple from,
You know what?
probably like 25 years ago.
I've definitely had Grim Lavamancer absolutely solo games against
Yeah.
me. Turns out we saw a lot of X2s
Yeah.
from the Mardu deck, you know? And
Yeah.
against a control deck like this, you would expect JD to start to trim some removal spells,
Yep.
right? And so sometimes that Grim Lavamancer is going to sit and play for 4 turns.
That's right, yeah, and it's just going to be picking them off, a staple boarding in against elf decks, historically, anything playing a mana, Llanowar Elves, Death Rat Shaman.
Yes.
Very clean 2, 3, 4 for 1 there.
How do you feel about a sweeper like Brotherhood's End?
It's difficult. It really is.
It's tough, right?
Because in that game, we saw a bunch of little creatures and then a Pyrogoyf to back it up. But we could quite well have seen, Stalactite Stalker into Barrogoyf into Pyrogoyf, or something along those lines.
That said, it is also one of the sort of clean answers to Ajani, which is kind of appealing.
Yep.
It's an interesting one. And then, as with all red decks, there's a price of progress in the sideboard. In case you feeling frisky.
Yeah. I mean, Price Progress. I don't think I would be boarding in Price Progress against Blood Moon. No, potentially.
Oh, is there a Blood Moon in the Mardu deck? It might be. They do sometimes play
There's a
it.
Blood Moon in
We
the
In the blue-red deck.
in the Blue Moon deck.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't
definitely.
think JD's bringing
Not in
price of
JD's,
progress.
Okay,
But we
so
might
you
see
want
Elliot
price
bring it.
from the Blue Moon deck.
Probably not, but I just like seeing price of progress cards.
That's cute. Yeah.
What's JD got?
JD has, look, I'm seeing Archon of Ameria, Ketramos is the slam dunk.
Ketramose is a slam dunk. Really, really hard for the blue-red deck to move if that hits play.
You could go Obsidian Charmer if you want.
Lots of land.
But also, you're going to expect Red Blasts.
Yep.
2 Red Blasts.
But blue blast rather, yes.
Well, I mean, you're going to expect Blue Blast from one player and Red Blast from the other.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see what you mean. Yes, the Mardu deck definitely bringing in red blast. Blast some of the best cards against blue moon.
Blast and Ketramos, slam dunks, Obsidian Charmer, outside shot, maybe a little bit of non-committal graveyard hate if there's something like a Soul Guard Lantern, something that can draw a card on its way out.
Yeah, Relic of Pretenders, that kind of
Nihil
thing.
Spellbomb. I wouldn't commit all the way and be bringing in Leyline of the Void and Rest in Peace.
No. Don't you kind of don't want to go down a card? Is the
Yeah.
thing. You want the ones that can draw cards later.
Hearse will probably make the cut for me.
Hers is kind of nice. It sits there eating the graveyard until suddenly it's a 10-10.
Yeah.
And yeah. So some minor adjustments. Definitely some good sideboard cards, but no real haymakers. This isn't the sort of matchup like a bots or something where you see Angie Flux or Null Rod or neither of these players has Carpet Flowers or Choke, that level of sideboard card.
They're just going to be improving their card quality a little bit,
Yep.
Instead of a Spell Pierce, we'll have a Blue Blast instead.
Yeah, exactly. Just gradual improvements.
Both these players 3-0. JD made it to the Invitational last year. I'm not sure if Elliot was playing much last year.
No, I don't think we saw Elliot much last year, but making a good impression here.
Winning the first 3 rounds of the Highlander Open Series 2026. On another mulligan here, though. Not good if you're a fan of the Blue Moon.
Yes, indeed.
What
But
sort,
will be
of
on the play.
person, what sort of person would be a fan of Blue Moon, though, honestly? I wouldn't let them in the commentary booth.
No, never. Absolutely not. No Blue Moon players allowed here.
Looks like JD. I saw a Caracas and a Bauble in the opening hand.
Yeah, great.
Baubles do make your mulligans a little bit awkward.
They do. You don't know. It's a mystery card. You don't know whether it's going to be a land or a spell.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. But it depends on which bauble, because there's also a fetch land. So if it is
Sure.
Mishra's bauble,
Yeah.
it's like a scry one, draw a card.
Yep.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, okay.
Now I'm interested. The other thing from JD's side is you would expect this matchup to be slower. So you can not play a card on turn one, and it's not the end of the world. Like, you'll survive. And Ancestral Visions on turn one. JD giving the thumbs up to the camera there.
Well, speaking of showing your age,
I
this
was
card,
about to say,
one of the best to cascade into.
good to cascade into, and frankly, we're gonna play 4 more turns. Elliot's gonna get there ancestral, you know?
And you don't have much in the way of hate bears for it out of a Mardu deck. If you're playing in a blue matchup, you've got to worry maybe my opponent's going to have a Narset by that turn or something like that. But we're a long while away from these Mardu decks playing like a Spirit of the Labyrinth or something like that
Exactly.
to catch your Ancestral Visions.
The best part of this is now it's safely in exile where it can't be hit by a discard spell.
Yep.
You just get to sit there and know it's going to come back. This is how I feel about Quantum Riddler as well a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You just sort of warp it on turn 2 before it can get Thoughtseize and say, that's going to sit over there. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. Do you know what was revealed to the bauble?
That was a Brotherhood's End reveal.
Okay, all right. So
Really good one for JD to know about.
Yeah,
to know not to overextend into.
You asked me whether I would board it in. Elliot says yes.
Yeah.
I've got
We weren't sure, but that's why we're in the booth, and Elliot's down there 3-0.
I've got the information from the source. Elliot would board it in, actually.
Okay, that's some good investigative reporting you've done there. JD, this is the turn where you really want some pressure on your turn 2. Because that Ancestral Vision is ticking down, looming over this. The other option is to do nothing.
Yep.
And hope that the Ancestral Vision goes off and your opponent has to discard to hand size.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I don't recommend that. No.
I've drawn 3 cards a lot of time in my lifetime, and even when you have to discard, that's fine.
You feel pretty good. Even if it turns into draw 3, discard 1, that's quite powerful.
And you're talking about cards like Quantum Riddler, the ability to get out of the hand.
Yes.
Doesn't just evade the discard spells, but evades having the discard to hand.
It's true. It's true. JD's going to go ahead and find a basic here. So playing around all of the Blood Moon effects that we know are in Elliot's deck. These are sort of the matchup that's for these 3-color decks. And Emperor of Bones is a nice first threat to start off with. Gonna need
All of
a
it
Stern
took.
Scalding.
Okay.
I love Stern Scalding. I think it's really good in this format.
I think it's a great card. It's really neat that it can nab high-costed cards as well as always, being active on turn 1, turn 2.
There are a shocking number of 3, 4, and even 5 drops that have either power or toughness 2 or less.
Yeah, look, it's not going to be hitting a Quantum Riddler, but it does hit, say, Solitude, for example.
And then a lot of the sort of 1, 2, 3 drops as well. You know what else it doesn't hit though? Moon Shadow.
Oh, yeah, the reverse Stalactite Stalker.
Yeah.
Yep. That's cute. Or any Gorks.
Well,
Most.
most of the time. It's the turn 1 goal for a lot.
Volcanic Island here for Elliot.
Notably, Elliot surveilled at the end of turn and left on top. It might have been that third lane. Look at the hand. Doesn't seem like there are any lands left.
I see Snapcaster, Dig, and the known Brotherhood's End.
Snapcaster's a nice one. So
Yep.
Elliot here hoping for Snapcaster, Stern Scalding, get 1 turn closer to that Ancestral Vision.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
Do you fire
going
it
to
off
fire
here?
this off here. Yeah, absolutely. Anything I can trade with my Snapcaster Mage is good.
Well, I mean, Kite of Souls is also just really good.
Yeah, also Gaia Stealth is very scary. JD notably doesn't have a red land yet.
Ooh, but that means you can't scold this Ajani.
Yeah, you did give the
What
opening.
format are we playing? Is this modern? We got a Ajani, we got a Guide of Souls.
But I think I'm perfectly happy firing up a Brotherhood's End here.
It cleans up your Snapcaster as well.
The next thing you're going to draw 3 cards. I just want to keep the board clear.
Yeah.
Or we've drawn a Fury, so you could pitch the Brotherhood's End to Fury. Or you could spend 3 mana, put the Loot Tree in hand, pitch that to Fury, if you really want to keep your Snapcaster around.
Okay. Yeah, I'm liking the Lutri Fury line here.
A lot of options. I do think as well, the Brotherhood's End, less valuable once JD knows about it. And I'm very
That is
worried
the
about
problem.
there is a Caracas in hand, which Elliot doesn't know about, but may well be on their mind given the way last game went.
Yeah, between the Caracas and the Reese the Evermore,
Yeah,
you do kind of have to be worrying about.
just really don't want JD having open mana when I try and remove this Johnny. As I said, no red mana after JD chose to get the basic swamp, so there is a gut stuck in hand at the moment.
All right, we're going with
Brotherhood's End.
Brotherhood's End. The cleanest, the simplest,
Yep.
hides all the information.
And the hand has a lot of really good threats. Maragoyf, a Reese, Gut, currently not castable, and then that's a Wear Tear there.
You are correct that there was no fourth land.
Yes, no fourth land, but probably going to find land next turn, I reckon.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing at least 3 cards. 3 from the Ancestral, 1 from the Draw Step, actually. So at least 4. One of them's probably going to be a Ponder Preordained Brainstorm, Bauble,
Yeah.
Portent.
As you say, at least 4 cards,
Yeah.
quite possibly more. Baragoyf going to hit play.
Those lands are untapped right now. Not that it really matters.
Yes, that is
They'll
true.
get to it.
You know what, actually? The other thing we could have done last turn was put Lutri in hand.
Ooh, yeah. Double up on that Ancestral Vision.
I mean, then we're almost certainly discarding hands.
Brutal.
And our opponent has a Johnny in play. But,
No, because you could go for the Lutri, Fury Pitch, Brotherhood's End.
yeah, Lutri your Ancestral Vision,
Wow.
probably draw a red card, get to Fury, get blown out by Caracas.
It turns out this deck's hard to play.
Now we're tapping 3 mana for...
We're checking how big the Baragoyf is. Creature, sorcery, land, artifact. 4/5.
No instance. So just a 4/5. So too big for Fury is the answer.
Alright, I see a lose focus.
Notably, no instance, and JD can't actually cast Wear with no target to put an instant in play.
Yep.
I see 2 cards. I can't tell what they are.
One of them's a Ponder. I can see the moon.
Okay,
The other one might be a basic.
we'll find out. What we want. We're gonna leave. Oh, we're gonna think some more. A lot of options now.
Yeah, this deck makes a lot of decisions on every turn. And especially in these early turns, your decisions matter so much.
Yes, the longer the game goes, the better it is for Elliot. So you really just want to get through these early turns quickly. Yep, Ponder, as you say, there are the moons. So I'm going to take a look at 3 more cards.
Game 1 was essentially decided from the chip damage that was dealt on the first 3 or 4 turns.
Yes. So remember when you said we're going to say at least 4 cards? We saw 4, then 2 more off the Preordain.
Yep.
Then 3 more off the Ponder.
Yep.
For a total of 9 cards so far.
Beautiful. There's an island in there. And we're taking the island, so maybe hiding something. We've already played a land this turn.
That might be true. I believe that's true, yeah. Because we untapped with 3 lands when it went off, because we were talking about Lutri, I believe.
Yeah,
Was this the same turn? Yeah, this is the turn.
that is the Ancestral Vision's turn. It took a while.
Yeah, it was a very long turn, so you can be forgiven for forgetting that. And now we're putting a red... Oh, this wasn't a gut. It was a red double-face land.
Okay.
Put that in play.
We've sent a message down to the floor.
Yeah, we'll see if... we might have to stop and rewind for a second. Lots of damage coming across with that Baragoyf. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Still no instant. Preordained Ponder, both sorceries.
Bombardier is a pretty nice one to draw, though.
Oh yeah, that's a juicer. That will put Elliot on a clock. I mean,
Even more so than the Baragoyf, yeah. Somehow.
It might narrow the clock down from 2 turns with a bolt to just this 1 turn.
Yes, and a very large... Yeah, so same size, actually. Still a 4/5.
Really, just didn't hit anything.
Yep.
Oops, all creatures.
Dig through time. Powerful pointed. Well, it's not really a cantrip. Dig spell? Draw spell?
I'm curious. Is there a sorcery in JD's graveyard? Could Elliot have done this 1 phase
I
earlier?
believe so. There's only creatures, artifacts, lands, and instants. Well, could have done 1 phase earlier, but might also have a counterspell
Yeah.
that JD seems to be playing around by not casting the spell. Well, similar post-combat Bombardiers, holding up Reese plus Caracas instead. Reese,
Right.
Caracas cast Reese again.
Yeah, and I mean, Paragoyf already is enough of a problem for Blue Moon decks to deal with.
Yes.
When you're looking at a creature with 5 toughness, which is on the lower end, to be fair, you're really limited in what you can actually use to get it off the table. Unholy Heat, not an option here.
Not once you cast Dig through time and exiled your graveyard. It isn't.
Galvanic Discharge needs other support to get it done. I don't know what else there is in the list that can actually get this off the table.
Yeah, you might be looking at something like a Brazen Burrow to bounce it.
Brazen Borrower or Cryptic or Mystic Confluence, depending on what
Otherwise-
year it is.
Yeah, otherwise we're doubling up 2 removal spells in the same turn.
I suppose Lutri Galvanic Discharge.
Flame of the Nor is
Yeah, that
the
does
other
5.
5, yep. Unfortunately,
Oh, that's a paddling.
yeah, that's pretty nice. Might have a counterspell for this though.
Add, lose focus, kick once.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay.
That's a nice turn. That's a really nice turn.
Notably, there's an instant in the graveyard now. And no sorcery, so it's still a 4/5. Instant creature, land, artifact.
Yes, but it was close there. Nearly. Yeah, that nearly went very poorly.
Yeah. Instead, Elliot has the board right now.
Looks like Fury, Hydroblast, and Cryptic Command. Well, last card failure is a pain.
It's worth noting at this point that extra land would be in play now.
Yeah, correct. It hasn't. And,
We're on the
and,
correct timeline.
and
now.
we didn't actually use the extra mana at the end of last turn anyway.
It was representing stuff.
It was representing stuff. but we
Unfortunately, our live team on the floor is busy with a million other things. So.
didn't- there's a lot of other things going on. Our wonderful Judge Mayer stretched thin.
Yeah, 45 players here today for some Highlander at Plenty of Games Melbourne.
Absolutely. Very excited to see so many players down here playing powerful magic, slinging spells for the first event of our Open Series this year.
Oh, Bombardiers, Felia. There's a weird world where you could, attack, use the boast ability, Felia the Bombardiers in and out. Does the boast reset?
It does reset, and then the new...
Does
once
it need to have attacked, or
it
do
does.
you need
It
to?
needs to have attacked.
It needs to. Okay, so
So
we
cast
must be.
Fury. This looks really nice to clear them both up, but unfortunately, JD's hand is an ephemerate, and then the Caracas.
Oh, yucky.
Oh, we got response to this?
I mean, if we don't, we're...
Pyrokinesis. We might see the Hydroblast here. Yeah, nice.
Okay, yep, very good. Countering the ephemerate.
Because the thing is, Philia can attack and flicker out the Fury, but that
Yep.
only
You
works once.
Get to do that one time. Okay, so we've got a game on our hands.
We
In
do.
Nine Life, Elliot's stabilizing.
Land for JD, so only one unknown. Elliot has a couple cards in hand. With a land in for 6. Crunch.
I mean, you've got to end the game at some point.
Fury's a good way of ending the game.
You got to be worried about cards like we joked about Price of Progress, but here it would deal 6 +1 for forcing the fetch land.
Yep. So if we see this Philia connect, you're saying we're in price of progress range?
It's I'm saying there's a chance.
Cryptic
Cryptic command, counter draw,
Best dismiss you've ever seen.
dismissed.
Both showing our age there. Mishra's Bauble, the slow cantrip. The slow cantrips really hurt in these top deck situations.
Yeah, this is why I don't like them. I think the committee should ban them from the format. Put the pair of them at 1 point. Hot takes.
1 point each or 1 point total?
1 point for the pair. When are you playing?
Okay, so we're also adding package points deals.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can. We're adding granularity actually. They're half a point each.
Oh, so you don't have to play them both.
No.
You can play a 6.5.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot takes here.
No, I want to see. Oh, okay. So in the up, we fetch Mystic Sanctuary, put Cryptic on top, and then in the
Swords
upkeep,
to Plowshares?
yeah, there's a Swords to Plowshares from JD.
That is a. I'm going to have words with JD about their choice of Swords to Plowshares.
At least that one isn't a Defiant Strike.
A God's willing. All right, we have a
Hey,
tree.
Remember when Elliot got to start this game with 8 cards in hand?
Yeah. We talked about how the fact that as the game
Lava
goes
Mentor in
longer,
hand? Oh,
as the game goes longer, we are going to be favouring Elliot a bit.
Yep.
Just with more haymakers in the deck rather than cheap, efficient threats.
Yeah, and just more divinations, right? More cards and draw cards.
Dig through time, expressive iteration.
Blue Tree's kind of that.
Yeah.
This Lavamancer is going to do its best Deathrite Shaman impression.
There's 5 cards in the graveyard. You've already used your Snapcaster Mage. You've got Sanctuary in play, so there's some amount of caring about keeping cards for that.
Yeah, because we have the Cryptic. So we can bounce it with the Cryptic command.
Yep.
I suspect, is what we'll see.
But we could just, get on the aggressive here.
JD leaves the card on top of the spell and then passes the turn back.
I'd be eating Lose Focus. Yep.
Yeah, it seems like it's rapidly fallen off in value. 2 damage from the Lavamancer. Both players at 11 now.
Do you know what creature type Lavamancer is?
Human Wizard.
It is. It is a wizard. It can behold the light of the flame of Anur.
Indeed. Instead, it is going to eat a Molten Collapse. And interesting, Elliot chooses not to take the 2 damage. Oh my gosh.
Consult the Star Chart's Loo Tree? JD says that's enough. We got less than 10 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, JD says, I'm done.
Get me out of this game. Let's go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. You look like you're having fun over there. I'm done.
You know, that turn where we drew 3 cards and then drew for turn, then cast Ponder, and then cast Preordain, that was less cards than... That was one more card than one of those consults was going to see.
Yeah.
And we had back-to-back consults.
And there was a 3-2 in play.
Yeah, I mean...
Clock established.
Yeah, I mean, alongside the Lava... Oh, no, the Lavamancer was gone.
Lavamancer gone. But, 3 turns and 4-turn clock.
Yeah.
Middle-end games. So, game number 3 coming up. JD back on the play. Who are you favouring?
Who am I favouring here for game 3? JD on the play wins at 4. If JD was on the draw, I would say we're going to a draw. JD on the play, I think that they've got the advantage here.
You do make a good point, though, bringing up the draw. About 10 minutes left. We've got 11 minutes on our screen, but that is an approximation. These players have a bit of a time extension for being in the feature match area, so it's a rough approximation. Blue Moon not the fastest deck. I mean, we saw even that game. JD scooped early. That game wasn't over. It was going to take a few more turns.
Yeah.
Blue Moon can be a difficult deck to win with quickly. So very much, Elliot, the clock is now the enemy as well as Jason.
If you want to win this match as Elliot, you need to have a Lavamancer in your opening hand.
I'll do it.
That's the only sort of proactive play you can make on turn 1 in this
I
deck.
mean, turn 5 Fury also ends games pretty quickly. If we can just
Yeah.
trade, slam my Fury on turn 5, that'll get there too.
No mana drain. Mana drain for a turn 3 Fury would also put us on a clock here.
Big fan of that. But these players, I'm sure, both seasoned and tournament players, no strangers to playing quick Magic.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Blue Moon player, I think you probably have done your fair share of playing quickly.
If you're a Blue Moon player and you don't learn how to play quickly, you're going to end every tournament 0-4.
Yes.
It's one of those decks where, like, if you don't play fast, you need to take too many game actions. There needs to be too many turns in the game for you to have a chance of ending the game.
Yep. Agreed.
Elliot with a keep of 7. JD on a mulligan here. That swings the advantage a little bit.
For sure. The mulligan does make a difference. Although, if we think this game is going to end quickly, the mulligan matters less. JD kind of needs to bowl Elliot over from the first sort of 4 turns, rather than trying to play this long, grindy, trading back and forth game. Because we've seen that. JD doesn't have counterspells. If we trade back and forth, play land drops, eventually we're going to see Ancestral Visions, we're going to see Consult the Star Charts, we're going to see Stock Up, all these really powerful blue card advantage spells.
We talked about we need to see Grim Lavamancer as the only sort of proactive turn 1. If you're looking at JD's deck instead, you've got Guide of Souls, you've got Ocelot Pride, you've got maybe even a Nethergoyf might sneak into the main deck.
Yeah, stuff like that. We've seen heaps of Moonshadow today. We saw a Mother of Runes earlier, which is not inherently an aggressive card.
Yep.
But it sure does scream, remove me now, or this game is going to be a nightmare.
Stalactite Stalker.
It's like a One Ring in hand, though.
Yeah, instead, JD, just with land go on the turn 1, revealing second land. Let's see what's courtyard.
Yep.
We're going to be fetching out a shadowy back streets here, or perhaps not at all. I'm lying to you.
Or we could just not fetch.
Yeah, JD.
That's an option too, I guess.
Just out to get me here.
Might be getting basic planes. This will be my. Oh, is this a Stone Scalding? This is the power of Stone Scalding. On the draw, this is the best spell snare impression, right?
That's right. It's spell snare that works on turn 1. And turn 5 as well.
Yeah. Spell snare works on turn 1. On the draw.
But as in, like, you can hit their 1-drop if you're on the play.
Unless it's a Moonshot.
If they, hit you with an Ancient Tomb Magus of the Moon, you can still hit that as well.
Yeah. What are 3-1 and 2/2s now? Max of the Moon,
And
Broadside
3/2s.
Bombardiers.
Opposition Agent.
Yep.
Sneaks in there as a 3/2.
Shocking number of 3-drops that get counted by Stone Scalding.
We saw 1/1s out of the 3-mana 1/1s out of the Soul Sisters deck earlier today.
Yeah, they didn't say 1/1s for long.
Oh, no.
But long enough to get Stone Scalding.
Yeah. One Shitong in response to the fetch here.
Oh. The owl.
All right, no dice. Oh yeah, we'll get a dice on that one.
Yep. The bird. Do you remember the hype around this card when it got spoiled?
Yeah.
A lot of Highlander players acting like
Oh, yeah,
the
that
sky
was-
was falling.
Difficult to find on the first week of the format.
They sure were. And now Starfield Ship are going to come down.
What are we getting here? Ocelot Pride, Guide.
You know what Elliot's getting? Another card.
Oh, yucky. Nethergoyf if you play that. Deathrat Shaman if you play that.
Elliot's just played a 2-mana 3/3 flash flying Vigilant
Rejuvenation.
Scorching cards.
Yeah, sick. We're getting Mother of Runes.
That's a good one drop.
Yeah.
Powerful one. Hey, remember how you said the only way for Elliot to get aggressive is from Love Mentor on 1?
I lied.
We found something better. We found something more aggressive.
Yeah, now we need a Ghost Quarter
Yeah,
and the Price of Freedom.
absolutely.
Combo deal.
Just start blowing up the lands.
I mean, with the search effects.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't have to search if you don't want. But now Mother of Runes survived too. So that's pretty dangerous if you're in Elliot's seat. That's concerning. That's going to be really hard to remove.
It's really hard to remove. Yeah, you've got to go with like a removal spell that you're happy to lose into the real removal spell. Something like a Galvanic Discharge
JD's
into a sweep.
JD's just passing though. 4th land pass. There's at least a couple lands in hand, including
I see a one ring.
I see a 1-ring. So we're actually going to hold that. Concerned about counterspells. Wants to find a discard spell or some other threat. Is that a Bracer Borrow? Oh. Can't get aggressive.
You can't get aggressive unless you have Grim Lava, man. So
Yeah, right.
anyway, 7 you.
Anyway, attack was, 6 you. Go to 9. You'll go.
I misread this.
Oh, you got a Mother of Runes. Oh, I can't kill your creatures. That's okay. I don't need to kill your creatures. How about I kill you
Yeah,
instead?
just remove the player from the game.
JD's going to fetch. Another card.
In the face of the bird.
Into the owl. Just get another card.
Being an upstanding
Also-
citizen there, though, reminding Elliot of the trigger.
So JD goes to 8. There's now 7 power in play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
blue-red aggro.
Yeah. That Price of Progress we were talking about? Board that one in just for the
Just 4 to each
game
player.
3? Yeah. Flame Rift.
Favorite, yeah. Maybe that's a thing you bring into game 3. And you're like, I have to end this game quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Loot Tree, when you Loot Tree across progress,
Oh,
the range on that is
Alright.
I died from 14 a few weeks ago.
well, we have Caracas now. So
Good.
one Shitong.
We can bounce at Lunchitong.
Smaller issue than this.
But surely the damage
Has been
binder
changed.
being done. You already dealt 6 damage and drew 3 cards.
So much damage.
It has flash as well. So
Yeah.
you like bounce it in combat, and then Elliot's probably going to put it back in play at the end of your turn.
There's also back to basics in hand for Elliot here.
Yeah, we could see that.
So we can just play that to quote unquote destroy the Caracas.
Well, especially with the 4th basic. So now we get to hold up a counterspell as well when we do this. That's pretty tempting.
Yeah.
Jumping
I'm here for
forward.
it.
Is this a Pyrogoth?
Uptown?
Go to the face? There is a Pyroglaive there. Oh boy.
Stick a fork in them. They are done. I'm lying. That's only 4 damage.
And then
Analytical. Stick a fork in them. They are done. Wowee.
Blue Moon can't get aggressive.
Pass the jam because
Can't
JD
get
is
aggressive.
toast. 2-1 to Elliot Lyon here in round 4. Moving to 4-0.
Yeah. 4-0. Looking pretty good, sitting well for that top 8. Bring you back into the booth. What a game.
What a game.
That
Wow.
was sweet. Didn't expect that finish.
That game 3 was very cool, yeah. Game 1 and 2, very interactive, back and forth, grindy from both directions.
Yeah, absolutely.
But game 3, just a show of force here.
What was that? So it was turn 2 one sheet top.
Yeah.
Attacks for 4.
3.
And turn 2. Turn 3, play my Brazen Borrow. 3 mana Flash Flyer. Turn 4, we didn't do anything. Turn 5, we had Pyroglaive for 4, Lightning Bolt you for 3.
Yeah. And the reason that all of that was possible was that JD wasn't doing anything proactive.
Yeah.
There was
right.
no need for, the bolt to take out a creature.
And I mean, we saw JD not cast the One Ring, for example, into open mana, and that gave the time for Elliot to cast that Brazen Borrow and put more pressure in play.
One for the study books, this one.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting down near the end of the round. Time has been called, so we should be back in not too long with round number 5. Stick around.
See you then.